Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Is it soup yet? Well, today it is. I'm making my favorite CB's the best chicken soup. This is absolutely delicious, y'all. It's almost like a meal. I make my own broth. Let's get started. So I saved and froze a carcass and the gizzards from a whole chicken that I roasted a couple of months ago. So I started with that. A couple carrots cut in half. An onion cut into quarters, chunk of ginger, a head of garlic cut in half as well, chicken bouillon cube, a couple of sprigs of thyme, and stir for about a minute over medium heat just to get things going. Cover it with water. I added some black peppercorns and a couple of bay leaves. Oh yeah, and some flat leaf Italian parsley. Any herb adds. So we want to turn the heat up to high and bring this to a boil and then reduce it to a rolling boil for, I would say, about 2 to 3 hours. You can skim some of the foam that'll rise up throughout with a skimmer if you want. Meanwhile, I got some chicken thighs and I seasoned them well with salt, I think pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Cajun seasoning, and I dry brined them. Got it well coated. And then I dry brine them. And then I roasted them at about 275 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 135 degrees Celsius, for about an hour to an hour and a half to internal temperature. Reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit, about 74 degrees Celsius, until the seasoned meat falls off the bone. I tried deboning them right out of the oven. I've always been smart like that. Wait until they cool, and then give it a rough chop before adding it to the soup. Back to the broth. As you can see, it's been going for about 2 to 3 hours, and it looks real good. So I'll strain it through a fine mesh strainer and let it cool. You got yourself a nice, rich broth there. Okay, to the soup. So that's the fat that rises to the top of the broth. You can strain it and throw it out if you like. However, I like to use it, along with some herbed garlic butter, both recipes available at cbactortraveler.com, by the way, to saute my veggies and get them going. Onions and carrots. Some thyme. I'll take the leaves off the stems this time so I don't have to fish them out later. Medium heat. Garlic. A russet potato, peeled and cut into half-inch cubes, or, whatever size you want. It's your soup. A couple bay leaves, ground black pepper, and I'll let this go for about 5 minutes or so before adding my broth. I'll strain it one more time. That is where I get creative. I start adding stuff. This porcini mushroom powder, for me, this is a game changer because it adds so much depth to the broth. So I add a couple teaspoons of that. I know it's hard to find. You can find it online. I'll try to put a link in the description box. A couple of yellow corn tortillas. I usually have a few lying around, so I'll rip them up and put them into the sauce. So essentially what will happen is they'll melt into the broth, adding flavor, thickening it slightly, soy sauce, a couple drops. You can't really tell it's there, but you can, you know? Flat leaf parsley. Can of cream of chicken soup. All these are options. Like I said, you do you. It's your show. Adding a little broth beforehand will help you get ready. That's the great thing about homemade soup, you know? Whatever you want to put in there. It's kitchen sink time. So you always get slightly thick in there. Okay, you add my chopped chicken. So I let mine go for, I don't know, about 30, 45 minutes until my potatoes are fork tender. And voila. The best chicken soup I've ever had. Flavorful, hearty, and oh so good. You can put it over rice if you like, or noodles, or just on its own. Freezes incredibly well. I really hope you guys make this. Leave me a comment. Let me know how it comes out. Listen, thanks so much everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe this video, and we'll see you next time.
Did I mention the $15 million? Look, that showboating, in-your-face guy you see on the field and in the commercials isn't me. He's a character I created. You know, just like that hick guy you created.